Hi guys, happy Monday. You have Coach Allie right here, and today for Movement Monday, I'm going to go over core training and how it's pertinent to running. So, welcome to your Monday chat. We're going to talk a little bit about core. As I'm saying this as I'm coming back from a run. So, core training. Specifically, how is this pertinent to runners and to functional movement, which we're going to talk about with my special guest, Eric, on my podcast yesterday, who is actually one of my clients that I've been, training for almost 3 years. And that's tomorrow. But core training. So why is our core important for functional movement? So let's check it out. So, all right, as we are running, this is a great example of actually assessing whether you have a core. So let's actually start here. How many of you guys, and don't laugh, this is real stuff, do your push-ups or hold a plank and you're like this. You're like, yeah, I'm like doing push-ups and I'm like crushing this, or, no, okay? For your core to be engaged, and as in your core is the circumference of your torso, so wrap your hands around it if you can, you get what I'm saying. This is why staple compound movements like deadlifts and squats are so imperative to strengthening your core, because they strengthen the back part of your core, your transverse abdominis. Your core is not just comprised of your abs, your rectus abdominis, the muscles that you visibly see in the front of your stomach, but it's actually all around. And your core transfers energy from those legs to your upper body, and your upper body to your lower body, allowing you to function properly and move, have great mechanics just all around. Now, a lot of runners, this is really, really important for mechanics, for running form, for running efficiency, for injury prevention, to optimize your running. The list could go on and on and on. Having a strong core, I just really want to emphasize, it really helps to eliminate lower back pain. It helps to remediate poor posture. So since many of us are hunched over like this all day or like texting on our phones, when we keep our shoulder blades almost high-fiving each other, working, forcing, our shoulders to stay down and back, keep our abs engaged, tuck that tailbone under, my 3 cues for anything when I'm cueing form. That all works your core, because your core contracts. As a result, that stabilizes your spine. And once your spine, your upper body is more stable, every other limb and muscle and joint can move more appropriately, because things aren't being overcompensated where they shouldn't be. In other words, they're moving appropriately and doing what they should be doing. You're not, when you have a strong core, it helps you to eliminate maybe bearing weight on one side versus the other when you're walking, running. Also, really working those oblique muscles. I always talk about having those hip bones facing forward and having those shoulders facing forward during those runs, running like the Terminator. Because if go back and watch that episode, you're gonna laugh and you'll actually apply it. One of my runners, Caroline, actually already started doing it, and she's like already kicking butt. So literally bring your thumb from your hip to your chin is the proper way to run. We don't want any cross body movement, because also that's jeopardizing our form. We're not resisting rotating our torso, which comes from strengthening those oblique muscles. And yes, you tend to see in elite runners that are very lean. It just comes with the sport of distance running. Those defined lines for those internal obliques, and it's because they're strong. And you don't really see people or any elite athlete running and they're going like this. Like, definitely not. Their gait is behind their torso. They have that triple extension, hip, knee to ankle, and during that propulsion phase as a part of the gait cycle, this is how they should be. They're not leaning too far back, hyperextending their back. They're leaning forward from their ankles, not their hips. Keeping that nice open chest, looking forward, those hips are forward, so they could properly use that acceleration, that ground force to propel off the ground into that next stride. in the flight phase to the initial phase. And then that's the repetitive phase of the gait cycle, which we could speak more to. If you head to the link in my bio, let's set up a call and chat it out. But yes, so core, it helps to enhance all of these things. But, you know, in terms of functionality, like literally, I heavily emphasize farmer carries, and I believe I went over this in a previous video. Farmer carries, holding a kettlebell in one arm and walking around for, 5 minutes, like twice a day. Try this out and let me know how it affects, like, basically the way you move, the way you're able to do things. Do that twice a day, like literally, maybe let's say 10 minutes on each arm twice a day, 2 to 3 times a week, along with your strength training regimen. If you're a runner, be careful about how much you heavy up on heavy lifting. If you are heavy up on running, definitely look at a training plan. If you're unsure, I'm always happy to talk to you. Again, all my contact information can be found in the link in my bio. So we're going to go over 3 staple core exercises that could be used for runners, as well as functional movement, but they tie together because in order to move well, it's going to help you to run well too, So take notes. So, bird dogs. Now, on all fours, sorry, my clothes are like in the way as I'm in my tiny Brooklyn apartment. I'm going to do the best I can to show you. So we're taking that right arm out while simultaneously bringing that left leg out. Okay, trying to tuck that tailbone under, keeping those abs nice and engaged, shoulders down and back, and bring that right elbow to that left knee, and then bringing it back out, squeezing those abs and resisting rotation. So we're working the back part of our core or our obliques, which resist rotation. Okay, the front of our core, our abs. So your opposite elbow touches the opposite knee. Let's try 2 on the other side. I would consider doing this 12 to 15 reps twice a week. You could do this if you're a runner or you're just looking for a strength training little mini routine to go to, because I'm about to give you 3 exercises to make that happen. Second is the standard plank. Now, many think that isometric exercises are not important. I think it's imperative to be able to hold yourself up. You don't have to do it for an hour, the 20-minute plank long challenge that I did for fun at the beginning of COVID. But plank, either forearm or a high hold plank. This is high hold with your wrist stacked right below your shoulders. Forearm, you're on your forearms, your hands are parallel or your forearms are parallel. Your back is nice and flat in a tabletop position, not sinking like this. You're up like this, okay? And yes, so those are 2 core exercises. Now, believe it or not, this one is not conventional, and that's why I like it. Because it also helps you to strengthen your glute medius muscles, which is the side muscle. That helps to stabilize your pelvis, eliminate any lateral pelvic tilting, so you're aligned here. And that could all happen through movement, by the way, no surgery. Really cool. So, single-legged bridges, all body weight. Anything single-legged or single arm, and jot this down or save this video, you have to engage your core. So, we're gonna start like this. Just bringing one leg up, keeping your knees parallel to each other. Your palms are pressing down the floor, but your hands are facing the ceiling. You're going up, squeezing your glutes at the top, keeping your abs nice and engaged, bringing your shoulder blades together, down and back still, holding this for 5 seconds. You're gonna feel it in your hamstring and your left glute, and then bring it down. Now let's try that on the other side. Come up, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. So repeating that 5-second hold 5 times on each leg, 2 to 3 times a week as a part of the 2 other exercises, the plank and the bird dog, are great for strengthening your core. If you want to add the kettlebell in for a 4th exercise, do that 10 minutes on each arm in addition to those 3 other ones. 2 to 3 times for each of those 2 to 3 days a week that you're doing them. I know it's a lot of jargon, but I'll write this all in the IGTV notes so you can't forget it. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. Again, my purpose here is to pay forward all of the information, education I continue to learn you know, as I run, as I coach, as I educate myself, as I collaborate with others, to share with as many of you as I can, because I really admire and truly am living my purpose, which is helping others to live their best lives through human movement and fitness through running, like by way of running. So really, I truly mean it when I say, you know, reach out to me. As you know, busy of a person I am, within 24 to 48 hours realistically, shoot me a direct message or set up a call, even via Calendly. The link's in my bio. It's like a lifesaver because it just automatically syncs to my Google Calendar, which I live by. Yeah, let's set something up. Let's chat. You know, I would love to, you know, see how I could help you, or maybe who I could refer you to that might be a better resource than myself, because there's a lot of great people out there and a lot of great resources out there that just are not as well used as they should, because they're just not known about. So again, ask questions, guys. I'm going to continue to provide these, as well as ask for continuous feedback so that I could better serve you with my offerings. And now, on a funny note, this is like nothing running related. So I got a few direct messages asking me about the rodeo. When I posted in my 5 fun facts about myself, that was when I was young. I went to sleepaway camp, and yeah, my brother thought I was in a rodeo, but he was also really small, and I was like terrified. I never want to go on a horse again, but you know, I'm forgiving. You live and you learn. It was an experience. Lucky to be alive, God willing. Yeah, actually, after that, I was also kicked by a horse when I was trying to like pat it on the butt part and like walk around it. You know, that's the way you're supposed to walk behind a horse. Well, of course, I spooked the horse kicked me. So, Allie and horses just don't mesh very well. But maybe one day that'll change. Who knows? So on that note, you know, I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. I hope you're all unwinding during your Monday evening, and I will see you tomorrow for my Run with Allie live chat at 9 p.m. on this account. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.